But I do realize the struggle. I know my music ain't the popular choice, bro, because every guy that got a key as far as the gatekeeper to music in Orlando, they be in my DM or they see me in person, they like, God damn, bro, you go hard. You go hard. So I understand what is the disconnect, right? Because there has to be a disconnect if everybody like, you go hard, you go hard, you go hard. This is hard. Tape is hard. So the disconnect is that's just not the popular choice in my city. So I do realize if I move away and I escape, I could create a faster path for myself. I do realize that.
Have you considered that?
Yeah, several times, bro, because like here's the thing. You know, rapping is a passion, bro. You know, like that's with any of us, right? We struggle with what pays the bills and what we love, right? So yeah, I think about it all the time, and then especially like for people that do know the story, like Juju, that's my right hand man. So you know, and to me, we was always our biggest competitors. You know, we always went at each other. I got mad respect for his bars, and you know, other than that, we wasn't. You know, like that's just I feng shui that, like, you know, ain't nobody really fucking with us. You know what I'm saying? So for me to have mad respect for his pen and to see him move out to Cali and within a year see him accomplish what he has accomplished, then yeah, it lights a bigger fuel on you. Like, damn, bro, I could go out there and make the same name for myself, bro. Because unfortunately enough, that type of music is what's going on down there. That's they're accepting of that real music and that storytelling, and that's what they want to hear. So brother went out there and in less than a year, like, made shit pop off for him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that even lights a bigger fuel. At first we just used to talk about it, and then bro made that move. Bro just leaped out on faith, and bam, he hit it. You know what I'm saying? And shit was a little different for me. Shit be different for everybody. See, I got a 4-year-old, a daughter that just turned 4. So I got heartstrings here in the city. You know what I'm saying? Shit would have been different had I not had that situation.
Right.
Because now it's just about me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I had other stuff to think about.
Somebody that's dependent
right,
on you.
especially me growing up without a father and shit. So you know you don't want to make those same mistakes. So
I encourage you to watch this clip that we just put out like last week, man, with Pink. Pink was talking about that, man, about, you know, and it works for any industry, anything in music, whatever you're doing. And it's about, and Pink, I'll let you articulate it, you know what I mean? But
no, we were just talking like, you know, like Bubba had the concept of like, you know, when do you kind of give up on your dream and settle into something else? And, you know, I've just, my life experience, I was conservative. I took the, you know, hung out with the right kids in high school, went to college, you know, went to law school, practiced law, and all these conservative things that have got me a relatively comfortable life,
right,
but they're not my passion.
Right.
And I look at people who go all in on their passion and do that with great respect, with great admiration and a measure of envy, because I didn't do that. And you know, the question is, okay, when do you give up on your dream? You know, whether it's the sports, whether it's music, whether it's art, whether it's whatever, you know, you never know how close you are to breaking through. And if you stop, you end that process. And you know, by not stopping, by continuing to push and going all in, you keep that dream alive, and you owe it to yourself to do that.
No,
you got one life to live, and if you sell yourself short, you got to live with that for the rest of your life. It's not going to go away. But if you push it as far as you absolutely can, and let that passion run through you, to me, that's the only way to do it. If you genuinely have a passion in life, and sadly, a lot of people don't.
Yeah, we don't.
But if you got it, don't let it go. Do not let it go.
In our business, we call that bars.
Yeah, for real, man. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. And I've had motivational things happen, man. I've had, you know, label talk situations. I didn't, you know, that be the difference for us. So I will say that, like, the difference is when you making the type of music we make. Now the difference is you do get in these situations where you could, like, you have these conversations and I got 10,000 followers on. I'm not, like, that's okay.
Yeah.
I got 10,000 followers, but my point is I didn't already, like, been on FaceTime 8 with Top Dawg from TDE.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the music is real. So I got a connection through him. It got passed through him. I done been on FaceTime with this man, bro.
Yeah.
He like, you know what I'm saying, that Roof Chris joint, he loved it. You know, the Roof Chris his favorite restaurant.
We played it here
and we didn't talk, and I didn't, you know, flew out to Cali. And spent the week out in Cali. The Red Rum video was shot there. The Roof Chris video was shot there.
I saw that. Both of them.
Yeah, so we was out there, bro. Not, you know, I didn't link with them. I didn't, you know, just hung around that situation, and we was talking back and forth, you know, trying to make something happen. It didn't work out, but the point is, that is the motivating factor. With that music, we don't necessarily have to have when you making that like real music and that the bar for bar type music, you don't necessarily have to go that path of like, okay, I need 100,000 people reciting my music. So every type of genre has its nooks and crannies. With that genre that we chasing, you could just be signed and nobody know who you is because
Facts.
it's real music. So like my boy Juju, he probably only got 11,000 followers and he in the studio with Big Sean.
Yeah.
But where if you making that other type of music, you got to have a whole situation before that happen.
Yeah.
So that is the motivating factor. The motivating factor is I know I don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? Anything could pop off because people respect your pen. So like I said, bro, I didn't met with them. They didn't flew down here. They didn't flew down here for a week. Met with them. Shout out to Tony Boy.
Okay.
They was actually talking to Tony Boy for a while before bro had ended up inking with Empire.
Another deal, yeah.
And he, shout out to him. He could confirm this story, but bro, they courted both of us. They came down to Orlando and TDE courted him. They courted me. They was hanging out with us, bro.
But you got a couple songs with Tony Boy.
Yeah, I ended up
on
getting
the
a couple
last
songs
album.
with Tony Boy, and
Oh, it was it through that? Was it through
Well,
that experience?
We realized we had that in common, but actually, bro, which and Tony Boy can speak on himself. I don't like to tell other niggas' story, but
Right.
Tony Boy, grew up in Paramount, so I knew Tony Boy my whole life. You know what I'm saying? We call each other cousins. Bro, grew up in Paramount, and that's how Paramount is. Paramount is weird because a lot of people are really some kin, but when you grew up over there and spent years around each other, you know what I'm saying? You create a bond, bro. So, bro. Bro eventually got grown and ventured out and did his own thing and, bro, hustling his ass off. But before that, he was a product of Paramount, you know what I'm saying? So we just knew each other from going to the same school, shout out to Grand Avenue, all that shit. We just been knew each other, bro. And no matter how big bro get, he always, shoot a nigga DM. I respect you. Niggas with pens respect niggas with pens.
And
no matter how many followers they got.
Tony Boy is doing well.
Yeah, and that's what keep a nigga motivated, bro. Yeah. Like, Tony Boy, being my DM. Mo, bro, got a situation, bro, being my DM. Bro, I conversate with Loose Cannon. I done did shit with D-Boy. Like, everybody who we think somebody in the city, bro.
Right.
They show me love. And vice versa, I show them love. But the point is, bro, I ain't on yet, and them boys always show me love. Them boys always in my DM. Them boys always like, bro, that shit is hard. That shit is hard. So I know them boys not lying, because them boys already got good situations. They don't have to come talk to me at all.
Yeah.
So the fact that they even do that, I know that's just respect. You know what I'm saying? That's respect from one writer to another. So, but yeah, I think once we realized we had that situation in common, we hopped in the studio.